This has a lot of Hornets fans talking as critics are everywhere, especially when a monster trade of a popular athlete happens. And this time, the Hornets decision makers refuse to stay quiet on the situation. Plus, what the Hornets need to do in order to get a major young producer signed for the long term. Welcome to Hornets Digest. I'm Jeff Testanero. Hornets fans, hit that subscribe button now for everything Charlotte Hornets here on Hornets Digest. Share the videos, like the videos, leave some comments. I appreciate all of you who are watching, all of you who have subscribed. I'm a greedy man. So smash that subscribe button now and tell your friends Hornets Digest for everything Charlotte Hornets. Also, this video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports pick app. Click the link on the description. Click the link on this channel. Use code DIGEST at sign up. Download the app now for all the great promotions. Their daily pick of the day, NBA offseason, free agency and trades are still going. NHL, the same. Football starting to be discussed. Baseball's heating up. The home run derby happens tomorrow? No, tonight. The home run derby's happening. So I guarantee you there's a lot of great picks over on Prize Picks. So go ahead and get that done now. We had some Summer League over the weekend. And the boss has finally come out and spoken out about the big LaMelo Ball trade. But first, there's a contract to be negotiated and a contract to be signed. At this time, Brandon Miller is the only member of the Hornets' current roster that is eligible for a contract extension, which is where all this money, cap space, and draft capital comes in. Not bad. The number 2 overall pick in 2023 out of Alabama is still riding the tail end of his 4-year rookie scale contract with a total value of $49 million of all guaranteed money, with the average salary of about $12 million a year, give or take. Needing to re-sign Miller to a contract extension while at the tail end of his current 4-year rookie contract is a really good problem to have for Peterson and the Hornets. I guarantee they'll get it done. I can't imagine they're not going to get it done. There's a lot of moving parts. He wants to build the team around a dynamic player. This is the man to do it. Sign him up now. Let's get that going. Last season, Miller averaged 20 points a game, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, shooting 43.5% from the field, with his average points per game going up, his rebounds staying very strong. There is no doubt that Miller is the guy to build around in the future. And Jeff Peterson agrees. I'm glad he agrees with me. Hornets GM Jeff Peterson has openly said that the franchise wants Miller around for a very long time and is in ongoing and very frank discussions with Miller's agents. Good news. Keeping Miller around for the long term would help fill the hole that was left by Ball and the Bridges trades. He wants to build a core. He wants to build a core around a young guy. This is the guy to do it. I think this is really smart. I really can't wait for it to get done. A lot of projections for the extension expect it could be in the 5-year range for about $200 million over the 5 years if they sign him for that long. The life of the contract. Very smart move by Peterson to try to keep this major young cog of the Hornets team in Charlotte for a very, very long time to come. This video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports pick app. Click the link on the channel, download the app, use code DIGEST at sign up today for all the fun. Prize Picks, America's #1 sports pick app. It was probably the biggest decision. Actually, who am I kidding? It was definitely the biggest decision of his time as Hornets GM, and Jeff Peterson made it. Must have been difficult to make, I have a hard time picking dinner sometimes. So I can't imagine what trading the face of the current franchise, the most popular player on the floor, the decision to trade former All Star and Rookie of the Year LaMelo Ball to Minnesota was made, and it must have been really difficult to do, despite Ball having helped orchestrate one of the biggest team turnarounds in the NBA, second to the San Antonio Spurs, helping the Hornets to win 44 games after only 19 the year before, helping to get the Hornets not only to the play-in rounds, but to beat Miami to get to the second round where they lost to Orlando. If he could do that last year, what could Ball do this year, right? Right? Well, the trigger was pulled and we won't get to find out. It happens. Tough calls have to be made for the greater good, I guess. This must have been a terrible call for the GM to make. Well, after months of doubters, Jeff Peterson has finally spoken out about his decision to trade LaMelo, citing that decisions are challenging at times, but when you look at the totality of the season and everything, you know, where they were, it was important to take an honest look in the mirror of where the guys were as a team. He continues to go on to say that they're not playing for just a play-in spot, but to get to the actual playoffs altogether. As you know, the Hornets have not made the playoffs since 2016. He went on to say how getting Naz Reid from Minnesota for LaMelo was great because of the caliber of player that Reid is. He did justify his draft capital and flexibility stockpile, which isn't a bad thing to have, especially if you're looking for the future. Peterson has echoed his desire to build the team with young talent, role players, and draft capital in order to make the Hornets a team for the ages and not just 1 year overall. He's definitely playing Moneyball. We just have to wait to see how it goes. Speaking of how it goes, we had some Summer League this weekend. 2 games this weekend. Games 2 and 3 of the Summer League tournament in Las Vegas did not go Charlotte's way. Saturday, the Hornets just couldn't hold on to an 18-point lead as Hunter Dickinson of the Pelicans scored 21 and a late 3 to help New Orleans pass Charlotte 95-91. McNeely led the way for the Hornets with 17 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. Ajayi and Anderson walked away with 12 points in the contest. Sunday, not more the same, but it didn't go Charlotte's way either. They took on the Boston Celtics. It was all Celtics in the second half for a final of 87-75. McNeely led the way again for the Hornets with 20 points, 8 rebounds, but the Hornets got bit by the turnover bug with 24 in the contest. You can't win if you're committing fouls and causing turnovers. That is a fact. The Hornets are now 1-2 in Summer League play and head back to the court on Wednesday for a matchup with Milwaukee. This video has been brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 sports pick app. Click the link on the channel, download the app, and use code DIGEST at sign up now. A lot of fun. I don't really think that owners should have to overly justify what they do, but in a close-knit fan base like we have in Charlotte, you might have to. Just more of the same than what he said. I really hope they get Miller signed very soon for the long term. A good young player, as you know. Get him, build around that, and I hope the Summer League changes up a bit because 1 and 2 ain't too shining. So if anything else comes down, I will jump back on here and tell you. For Hornets Digest, I'm Jeff Testanero. I'll talk to you later.